everybody, and welcome to the channel Crossing the Spiritual Streams. My name is Tandra, and today we're going to do a Tarot Pick-a-Pile card reading, and this is going to be your year in love for the year 2021 coming up. This is specifically related to your love life, what kind of energies that you might feel, obstacles you might face, or other things that might occur during the year in relation to that. We are going to have charms and our oracle spheres a little later, and we do have 3 piles here for you to choose from, so you can pick whichever one you're drawn to the most. I did put some beautiful potion bottles with each one. Pile 1 here has a yellowish gold bottle. Pile 2 has a blue with some gold trim bottle. And pile 3 has a red with some gold trim on it. And so that's our piles 1, 2, and 3. And you basically go with whichever one most draws you in, whichever one you really feel compelled to watch, rather than by just looking at your eye. If you're not sure, you can kind of close your eyes, and then when you open them back up again, whichever one your eyes directly go to, or whatever number you're hearing in your head, or those kinds of things are a good way to pick which pile you would like to see. We are going to have timestamps in the description that will lead you directly to your pile, and we will give you a moment or so to reflect on the pile. So when you're ready, you can go directly to your timestamp and see your pile. Hello, pile 1, and welcome to your reading. Those of you that chose this beautiful gold bottle here, let's see what kind of energies or other things we're going to have for the year. The first thing we have is our Romance Angel card that will give us a general guide or what kind of specific energy you might be dealing with, or a big focus of the year might be, and then we'll look at our tarot cards and see some other messages on that. And we also have our charms and our oracle spheres we're going to get to as well. So let's see what we've got here. Very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Wow, okay. So, if there's something you've been wanting, or you're not sure what you want, kind of make some decisions on it. Make an idea. You might be deciding on whether or not you want to be with this person, or whether or not you want to go out into the dating market, or if you're already in a relationship, what the next step of that might be, or what you would like to get out of it, that kind of thing. So those are the energies that, general energies that you're going to be dealing with this year, is kind of deciding where you want your love life to go, what path you want it to go in. Now, let's see what else we have here. We have the Fool card. We have the Moon. Okay. And then we have this 7 of Swords. All right. That's interesting. We have the King of Pentacles, the Magician, and the 6 of Pentacles. Okay. Then we have the 5 of Pentacles, the 2 of Cups. Oh, that's a beautiful one. I love that card. The 4 of Pentacles, the Sun card, the 5 of Wands, and then the 3 of Swords. Okay, this is a very interesting reading. I see that there's a lot of different ways this could go this year, and the reason why I say that is I really feel like this decisions that you're going to make is going to make a big difference as to how things go. I really feel like we've got the Fool card here, and the Moon, and then the 7 of Swords. Well, with the Fool, that is kind of going out there and just seeing what's out there, seeing what's available, go on an adventure, and being related to love, it might be, just going into a relationship, just kind of head over heels and not think about it much and just do it. And I really think that that's an energy that you guys might have this year. And we've got the moon card, so that deals a lot with our emotions and the way we think about things. And what's nice about that is I do think this can be very emotional, fulfilling for you. I think it's something you could really do, but we also have some caution cards here as well. We do have the Five of Wands that could denote some strife, some struggles, some conflict, and we have the Seven of Swords, which kind of shows maybe somebody pulling the wool over your eyes, somebody taking off with something that's yours, maybe being a little dishonest with you in the relationship, that kind of thing. So, one of the things that you might deal with this year, and it might cause some heartache because we do have the Three of Swords card, and that oftentimes denotes some sort of big break conflict in love. And so, I think some of you guys are in a relationship that is not serving you very well, and they might, be breaking your heart. They might be taking some things from you. They might be, cheating on you, other things like that. That is definitely a very big possibility. And that's causing some fights and some other things, and you to need to make a decision, okay, on that. But what's really great is even if you guys have this energy, I do feel like you will make a decision of where you want to go. If you can change the relationship to be the one that you really, really want, I think that's entirely possible this year. You guys have the Magician card, which shows you can manifest what you really want. All you have to do is think it into being, emotionally feel it, emotionally feel what you want in your love life, and it can go there. Okay, because you have the Sun card, which means that pretty much anything that you want can be available to you. You have the Six of Pentacles, so great generosity can be there. You have the King of Pentacles, which means that this would be a great time for you to be in a partnership and being with somebody. And we have this Two of Cups, and this is such a beautiful Two of Cups card. It shows two different types of dolphins, gold and silver together, coming in to meet each other. And that is such a wonderful, caring connection. And I do feel like you guys can have that. I feel like you guys can get that connection this year if you choose to want it. So if you're in a relationship, whatever relationship you're in, if you're in one right now and it is not going very well for you, if there's problems in it, decide what you want out of that relationship. Decide if it's good for you or if you don't like it and you want something else, and go that direction. Because I think that if you follow your heart, you follow your intuition, you follow your guide, then I think you can get that stability that you want. You can get the generosity that you want. You can make the change. The Five of Pentacles is often a change and a move forward. And we've got this wonderful caring connection here. So I think that connection is available to you. I think that it exists. If you're not in a relationship right now, let's say you've had some conflicts and some other issues, and that is holding you back from going into a relationship and doing the foolish thing, as some people might think, and going into a relationship, that is also very possible. That you guys are already in that energy of you've just gotten out of a heartache or a big problem, and so you're worried about going into a new relationship. You're worried about you just kind of want to hold back and you want to hoard things a little bit. The Four of Pentacles kind of denotes that, and you want to hoard that energy. You want to hoard that love energy that can be out there. And I really feel like that's a mistake if you guys do that, because this loving, caring connection is available to you this year. You can manifest that. So if you don't have that love, caring connection, it is very possible to get it this year. You just have to decide that you want it and go towards it, okay? That's kind of the big thing here, is either you're holding yourself back because of prior relationships that have done that, or you're in a relationship that's not serving you very well and there's a problem and you need to be able to move that into a better space. I'm not saying you need to leave whoever you're with, because that may not be the solution. There may be a solution to manifest what you want in that relationship. That is possible to do as well. So if you are in a relationship already and it's one that you're fairly happy with, and it doesn't have a lot of these conflicts and other things, then you can manifest that to the next level. You can manifest that to having just this wonderful sun soulmate relationship and connection. So, that's kind of the energy that I see, is you guys have the potential to manifest great love and partnership and coming together despite some conflicts and heartache and hardships that you might suffer along the way. I think you can overcome those and you can work forward. You can either leave the situation and move to a new one, or you can transform the one that you're in into a better one. So that's kind of the energy that I'm seeing for the year. And it's wonderful that you picked the yellow sun-colored bottle too, because that just denotes wonderful rays of sun and happiness and joy. So I really feel like that is an energy you all can definitely manifest. But you have to do it. You have to want it. It's not going to just come to you. Okay, it's not going to just be there. You have to work for it. You have to want it. You have to manifest it. You have to use the magician energy to bring that about. And so you have to decide what you want and be very clear about it for the universe, so that, don't dwell on the things you don't want. Don't dwell on the negative stuff, because that stuff will come to you. If you know anything about law of attraction at all, that is a very important thing, is that you do not dwell on what you don't want. You dwell on what you do. Okay, so that's really important. And you need to decide what you want too, because maybe you're having some trouble deciding that. All right, we do have some charms in our oracle spheres. We're going to see if we can get a little bit more messages here, maybe some more clarity for a few of you. And we're going to go ahead and do our charms. And then you can also be thinking of your oracle sphere question that you'd like an answer to too. All right, so let's get to our charms first. And maybe we'll have some more clarity. Maybe a few more messages that didn't come out in the cards. Okay. Wow. Okay, we have the Seven of Swords energy again. To me, that denotes there might be some cheating, lying, dishonesty, maybe a little bit going about. And that could be you as well. You could be the one carrying out these things as well. It may not be your partner. So that's an energy that either you've dealt with very recently and it's holding you back, or it's giving you problems, like I was saying earlier, or it's something that might come up soon that you might have to overcome that obstacle. And it can be done. Okay, so just know that. We have the 3 and the 5 of Wands, which 5s denote some change. Once again, that's this energy. The 5 of Wands of kind of conflict and struggle and strife. It's interesting how you guys are getting doubled up energies there, because that usually means that is something you will be dealing with. So some of you are going to be dealing with some of these conflicts, some of these fights, some of this cheating, some of this dishonesty. You're going to be dealing with that this year, either working through your problems with it because you've had that happen to you recently, or it's going to happen probably earlier on in the year, within the first 3 months, and you're going to have to work your way through that. Or it's already ongoing and you have to work your way through it. So it's kind of that scenario there. And that is kind of, since those cards are doubled up, that just means that fighting, conflict, dishonesty, cheating kind of energies are there this year, and something you have to deal with. We do have the 9 of Diamonds, though, which is nice. It's another manifestation card. It's another reaping what you sow during the year. It's another, getting back what you put out into the universe. And so that's really important. Okay, so it's something for you guys to be thinking about. Okay, we do have some letters here. They might mean something to some of you. They could be initials. They could spell out words. They could make words come to mind, of like a first letter of a word or something like that. So let's go through and see what those are, and also see if anything comes to me right off the top of the bat. All right, we got an N-I, B-A-R, and an H. And the first thing I saw with that was bar. I feel like some of you guys might be dealing with this in the bar community, like going out to bars or being in bars. Maybe your person that you're with goes out to bars a lot, or you spend time there, or you're going to meet somebody in a bar. I don't know, for some reason that really came to me, so that may not mean much to any of you there, but that's just something that kind of came out, so I think that's some messages for some of y'all specifically. But if you guys can come up with any words or other symbolisms in that, that's really good. Oh, we also have an eye, another eye, so there's two eyes there as well. Okay, let's see what else we got. We got young and strong. I do like that because, you know, having that youthful energy, that strong energy of getting past some of these things that have happened to you or happening, I think is really important. We also have the warrior. So once again, you can be strong. And if that means getting out of a relationship that is not serving you anymore, that could be for some of you, and that could be something that y'all need to think about. Like I said, I don't necessarily recommend it for everybody because, you know, you can be in a relationship that you're already in and enjoy yourself and have a really good time. But if you are in a relationship that is not serving you and that you're having a problem with, I think getting away from that, you know, could be something, you know, important for you. Because we do have the words enough. So, you know, you might have suffered enough with this. You might have had enough of these kind of relationships or these kind of things, and it's time to move forward. But we also have, I love this, we have imagine, we have wonderland, and then forever. So, if you can imagine your wonderland, what would be your ultimate wonderland in love and romance, then you can have something that lasts forever. Okay, and that's the magician energy we were talking about earlier. That's manifesting what you want, and that's just kind of all spelled out there for you. So I love that. Once again, we have the dolphin energy again. It's a dolphin, but it also looks a lot like a quarter moon. So that's really interesting because dolphins, you know, they are wonderful mates and have wonderful relationships with, you know, their partners and their family. And so once again, I just kind of see that wonderful with the Two of Cups here. I see that energy is involved this year. You guys can have that wonderful energy going on there. We also have the starfish, which, you know, denotes kind of the stuff with the sea there as well. We also have health, happiness, and treasure. And that's great because we have the Pentacle cards, which would denote good health. We have the happiness cards, which, you know, were the Sun card and the other things like that. And then the treasure, even the Four of Pentacles here, you know, she was burying a treasure. She was kind of hoarding it a little bit. But with the romance, I feel like you guys can just treasure what you're going to get. You're going to have a wonderful thing to treasure. We also have an arrow, which means deciding what direction you want to go in, deciding where you want to go. We also have the sneaker here. This could denote walking away for some of you or walking towards something. So just kind of keep that in mind. I don't think that's for everybody, but I do think that that's for specific people. You also have the key. So you have the key to your happiness this year. And I've been saying that over and over again with your magician energies, deciding what you want out of life and going for it and getting it. You guys have the key to that already. It's available to you. It's in your soul. We also have a rooster, which roosters are an interesting energy for me because roosters kind of rule the pack, and they go out and they have their hens and they go out and force them, you know, to do things, and they you know, peck at them, and they, you know, don't like other roosters around, and they're kind of, you know, very controlling. And so I feel like some of you guys might be in a very, very controlling relationship at the moment. And that's where a lot of the heartache and some other stuff is coming from. And I think getting away from that energy would be really good for you guys. But once again, you have to decide what's best for yourself. And so I really want you to make the decisions of what you want out of life and where you want to go and how you want it to be, because you can manifest that, and that can be what you have. Okay, so that's just a message for some of you specifically as well. All right, we have our Oracle spheres. We have 4 different stands that you can choose from. We have 1 red, 2 yellow, 3 blue, and 4 green. And you decide by number, by color, you know, the way it looks to you, whatever you want to decide your stand on, and we'll get our answers here. All right, number 1 red is a not sure. So that might mean it depends on things that get played out. So this might depend on your decisions and how you go with things. Or the question might be a little unclear as well, so it might be hard for the universe to answer it. Okay, number 2, yellow, is a maybe. Once again, things aren't real clear here. Number 3, blue, is a yes, though. And number 4, green, oh my, is another yes. Okay, so we have red not sure, yellow maybe, blue yes, and green yes. All right, guys, if you liked this video, I really hope you had some insight come out of it. Please give it a thumbs up. Also, share this video and or the channel with your friends and family. Put it out there on all the different social medias if you think they can get some value out of this channel. I'd really, really, really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of future videos when they come out. All of those things that you can do, including leaving comments for me, giving the thumbs up, sharing, they're all free, and it really helps us out a lot. It helps YouTube decide to share our video with people, and it helps the channel grow. And since we are still kind of in our infancy, we really appreciate that. We really appreciate that growth. Also, if you get a chance to check out our other videos on the channel, we have lots of timeless tarot readings on lots of different topics that might be of interest to you. We also have card videos on how to read tarot cards, as well as videos on the different card decks and what they look like, what the cards in each one are. Also coming up in the near future, we're going to start doing rune readings with numerology involved in those. So those might be an interesting series for you to check out as well. All right, guys, we love seeing you here. We hope you have a great 2021, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 2, and welcome to your reading, those of you that chose this beautiful blue bottle here. And we're going to see what kind of general energies you have for the year for romance, and see what things you might be dealing with. We've got our romance angel card. We've got our tarot cards we're going to get some more clarification from. We've got our charms we're going to look at, and our oracle sphere. So you can be thinking of a yes/no type of question that you would like an answer to, and we'll get to that later on in the reading. All right, we have love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. Okay, that's a really good message. When I was picking these cards, I had a great connection between pile 1 and pile 2. And I haven't looked at the cards yet, but when I do, I'm wondering if I'm going to get some of the same energies I did in pile 1. If you were having trouble deciding between the two, or if both of them seemed kind of attractive to you, you might check out pile 1 as well. It might have some answers for you. Because I really feel like this is important, and this would have been an important message for pile 1 as well. So we'll go on and see what else we have here and see where we're going. All right, we have the 9 of Swords. We have the 7 of Cups. Okay. Yeah, the Star. The Ace of Swords, yeah, okay, yeah, for sure. The 9 of Swords again, okay. The Princess of Wands. The Page of Pentacles. The 4 of Cups. The 7 of Wands, oh my goodness. The Knight of Wands. The High Priestess. And the Chariot. Wow. Okay. Yeah, there was some general energies that did pass between the two, for sure. Whew, okay. I think that you guys, oh wow, this is coming through very, very, very strongly. You guys are very afraid of love right now. You guys might have been in some relationships that have really been an issue, torn you asunder, made you feel protective of yourself. You know, you're sitting thinking of the bad things that can happen. You're worrying about stuff constantly. It's giving you, you know, bad sleep. You can't sleep. Your fears are really taking over here, and I can tell you why. We have the Nine of Swords twice, which both of these energies are that you almost can't get away from your nightmares and things that are holding you back, things that you're worried about. So some of you guys may have had some really difficult situations in love, and this is, right now you guys are just very afraid and very scared. We have the Four of Cups, so you might be dwelling on past relationships, past things that are going on, and not paying attention to what's right in front of you or what could be available to you. You're feeling very defensive. We have the Seven of Wands. It's a very defensive, protective stance. You're feeling like you can't, move forward because you're having to protect yourself. You're longing for a good relationship, though. You're looking for one. The Princess of Wands here is looking out, waiting for her love to come to her. Maybe you've had some issues where you've been in a relationship and they've left you, or they said that they would come, and then they didn't. I've actually had that happen to me in the past. So I've got that feeling of what it was like for me. This is years and years, so many years ago. But, I had somebody I was really, really, really in love with, really cared about, and then all of a sudden, they just stopped showing up. They just stopped being there. And I really feel like it's an energy some of you guys are also feeling. I really feel like that may have happened to you. But I also feel like quite a few of you are just looking. You're just looking outward, going, when's love going to find me? When is he going to show up? When's she going to show up? When are they going to be there for me? When, are they going to come into my life? I'm just kind of looking out over the horizon, but I'm not really seeing anything yet. And I kind of see that's something you guys, and maybe because you have had some relationships that are really not good. And even if you haven't had relationships like that, you're afraid the relationship's going to go that way. Maybe your parents, have bad relationships, maybe, grandparents, other people, and you just saw all this around you and you're just afraid that you're not going to have a good relationship. You're afraid it's not going to come to you because of what you've seen other people go through and what's happened. That's very possible as well. Also, I think a lot of you, because like right here it says love yourself first, that's very, very, very important. I think you guys are so afraid right now of what could happen in a relationship, or that the relationship's never going to come. And it's because you're hard on yourself. It's because you're down on yourself. I really feel like that's a big thing here. You guys are so locked up in your worries and fears. The Seven of Cups here, he's kind of afraid of the things that can show up. There's ghosts and, evil demons and snakes and other things coming out. And he's like, oh my gosh. And this is interesting too, because the Seven of Cups doesn't always show all those things. A lot of times it's manifesting good things in those cups and good things coming towards you. So this particular card doesn't. And so that's very interesting to me, because that shows me that your fears are holding you back. And it's mostly because you don't think that you deserve love, or you don't think you can find it, or you don't think anybody would really care about you. And that's not true. That is definitely not true. You guys have, we've got the High Priestess energy here. She, look at this. She is strong, confident. She's, look at it. She's hard at work. She's beautiful. She's there. She's got it all. And you guys have that too. The Knight of Wands. Look at this. He is, he's getting ready to go out and charge and do what needs to be done. Follow his passions, follow his dreams, do those kinds of things. You have this energy. You also have the Chariot card, which means you can go forward. You can move forward. Look how strong she is. She's got stars, she's, got things, she's got her motorcycle, she's got her, Sphinx. She is ready. She is going to go out on this adventure. She is going to go forward and do this. And that energy is definitely here. That is definitely a positive energy, but you have to get past these fears. Okay. You have to feel that this can come to you. You do have the Star card, which, can be a beautiful manifestation card, in a dream-like state, getting your dreams, working toward, wish upon a star kind of feeling. And you can do that. that is something you can do, but there's going to be some work involved this year. Getting past these fears, because that is kind of your mission this year, is to believe in yourself, love yourself, make yourself feel worthy of love, and then you've got a better chance of that love coming into your life and going forward with it. And maybe you're not even ready for a love life yet. Maybe you just need to work on getting over these fears and being able, maybe focus on your career and being successful at that. Maybe focus on, whatever else is important in your life, whatever else that you like to do. Go on that journey. And maybe not focus so much on your fears with your love life, and kind of get past these things a little at a time, work on it, start seeing things that are available to you, work on those things. And when you do, then the chances of love or other things coming to you just increase greatly, because all of a sudden the universe is going to say, oh, they're ready for this now. This is available for them. And so that is a big focus this year. Okay, guys? So I just want you guys to pay attention to that. Let's go ahead and look at our charms and see if we have any other specific messages or clarifiers. And we also have our oracle spheres we're going to do in a moment after we look at the charms. All right. So let's go ahead and get our charms here. Okay. Things. All right. We have a number 4. That energy is home life. That is building a stable foundation, working on your home, dealing with things like that. So I think that's important for you guys. I think building that foundation will help you have a strong relationship in the future and help that happen. We also have another Ace of Swords. I didn't talk about it much in the tarot card, but it is doubled up now, so we're going to talk about it a little bit more in depth. Basically, the sword, the single sword energy deals with our impulses, our fiery passions, what we really care about, those kinds of things. So I do feel like with you, it's also clarity. It's also cutting through things that, it's being able to see things the way they really are rather than the way you might normally think of them, or being able to see things from the point of view of, like I said, reality. It's kind of a reality thing rather than the nightmarish energies that can be in some of the other swords cards. This is more of a cutting through energy. And also being an ace, it's also kind of a new beginning, a new start, a new hope going on. So I do feel like, you can get past these fears and have the new start and the new clarity. Okay. We have live in the moment, and that's really important too, because I feel like a lot of you guys, like I said, live in the past, or live in the worries, or live in the what might be's, or that kind of thing. Oh my gosh, what could happen or what might happen. And with you living in that energy, you're not enjoying your life as it's going along. And that's something I think you guys need to really, really work on and really, really do. Okay? Now, let's see what else we've got here. We've also got the Jack of Swords, which is really, really cool because he is the knight. He's assertive, direct, daring, ambitious. And I feel like that's what that's the energy you guys need to pull in this year, is to start going for those kinds of things and start doing that kind of stuff. We have a bunch of letters here that might spell out words for you, or might be initials or other things that you might think of. We have an L, an O, a Y, and an O, a K, a J, an I, and a D. Now, when I first saw those letters, I originally thought L-O, love, came to mind. Even though it's not the whole word. And then when I saw the Y-O, I thought you or yourself. So it's not the whole thing, but love yourself came through. And that's interesting because love yourself first was on your first card that you got. So that's really, really, really important for you guys. We also have the word joy here. J-O-Y. And that's also very, very, very important, because you guys can have the joy and happiness, but once you start exuding more joy and happiness rather than the fears and the worry and the anxiety, more joy and happiness will come to you. You'll attract it. It'll kind of be there because people will see that, and it'll just just be there. We have the unicorn energy here, so that's a magical, happy, thinking of what could be, thinking of, rather than imagining the worst, imagining, something better and magical, because I think that that's possible. We also have the snowflake. You are unique, and that is great. All snowflakes are unique, and I know that we don't see that sometimes because when they come down, we can't see their intricacies and all, but then they go together and they make this wonderful, beautiful blanket of snow, or when they're coming down, it's this wonderful, beautiful shower of snow. And it's just so pretty, but each one's unique, each one's special, each one's different, even if they kind of get blended into the crowd. And I feel like, you need to realize that you might feel blended into the crowd or kind of down in the where people aren't noticing you, where or you feel different or unusual, but that's different because you are unique and special, and that's what you've got to believe in, and that's what you got to work towards this year. We also have the mermaid fins, which to me shows kind of that transformation energy, and that getting a wish fulfillment and that kind of thing. We do have the tennis rackets, and I often see that as couples coming together because you need two people to play tennis. It's kind of hard to do by yourself. And so I do see that it is possible to have a wonderful pairing this year. But you have to get over all these other things first, because we do have the lone wolf energy. And it might be possible or a good idea, actually, for some of you guys to kind of be the lone wolf for a little while this year. And because we talked about that earlier, where because these energies are something you have to kind of hurdle yourself over, that may be kind of worrying about yourself right now, worrying about what you're on your own for a while might be good. But then also, the lone wolf is howling here and maybe looking for a pack and maybe attracting a pack to him as well. So it's kind of both energies combined together, and it's kind of something that I think you guys can work on this year. And then also follow your heart. So listen to your heart this year. Listen to what it's telling you. Don't follow your, don't get stuck in your head. Don't get stuck in the worries and the what ifs and all those things. Follow your heart and what your heart's telling you to do. Your heart's going to steer you the right way. Okay? Don't let the fears override that, and go forward with that. Okay? So that's really, really important this year. All right. Now we do have our Oracle spheres here. We have 4 different stands to choose from. We have 1 yellow, 2 red, 3 green, and 4 blue. So you can pick it by number, by color, the way it looks, whatever you want. But decide where you would like your answer to appear, and we'll get our answers. All right, number 1 is not likely. Number 2 is a no. Number 3 is a probable. If I can get it out of here. And number 4, blue. Oops, went away. Is a not sure. That can mean the question's not very clear, or there's other things that need to be played out first before that answer can be made, because some things might change the outcome. So that's kind of where we're going with that. So number 1 is not likely, number 2 is no, number 3 is probable, and number 4 is not sure. Guys, I really hope you had some important messages out of this reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me comments in the comments section. Share this video and or the channel with your friends and family. Put it out there on all the different social medias you can so they can check out the channel as well. All of those things are free to do, as well as subscribing to the channel. That's very important as well. And since they're free, it would be great to do. We really, really appreciate it. It helps the channel grow. We have to ask for it every time, and I know that gets annoying, but we really do appreciate it, and it's really helpful to us. And so I just wanted to let you guys know that. I really hope you have a great 2021. We look forward to seeing you in future videos. May the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. Those of you that chose this beautiful red bottle here, and we're going to get the general energies for the year and some other clarifying messages with the tarot. We've got our romance angel card. We're going to look at our charms here in a little bit. We're also going to do our oracle spheres, so you can be thinking of a yes or no type of question that you'd like an answer to. And let's see what we've got going this year. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Okay, you guys might be just starting a relationship or just starting to feel that romance. So let's see what we've got going for the rest of the year here. We've got Judgment and the Ten of Swords. Okay. The Ten of Cups. Two of Swords. The Nine of Pentacles. The Two of Cups. The Five of Pentacles. The Temperance card, the Lovers, the Queen of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. Okay. Okay. We do have some energies here where you guys might feel a little bit of despair in love, just a little bit. We do have Five of Pentacle energy twice, which Pentacles deals with earthly matters, things in the earth, our health, our businesses, our finances, those kinds of things. But also in romantic feelings, the Five energy is denoting change. Also, it shows that you may not know what's available to you, what's actually there. You notice how in this Five of Pentacles, he's sitting there kind of, moping in the rain, but he has this wonderful, beautiful mushroom he's grown. Well, hello, Binks. You never show up for readings. Usually it's Marty that shows up. I'm not sure what was up with that. That's Binks the cat. Okay. Wow. Not sure what that was all about. She just kind of wandered in one way and out the other. Okay. Usually I think when the cats show up on the reading, it's something magical or important. So, I don't know. We'll see here. All right. But like I was saying, with the Five of Pentacles here, he has all these pentacles at his feet. He has this wonderful mushroom he's grown. So he has a lot of things available to him. This Five of Pentacles, he's kind of down on his luck. He's a beggar, but he's right in front of a church that's lit up. So he could get inside, he could get help, he could get other things. So with those energies there, I would just like you to know that you guys might be having a little despair in the romance department, or a little worry, or, we do have the Ten of Swords where, things might have been kind of bad in the past, or you might have gone through some things that you've had to deal with. But tens are a completion energy. Tens show that you can get out of that energy. And so I feel like this year, we do have the lots of twos. We have the Two of Swords, Two of Cups, and the Lover card, which is great, because that shows to me that there could be a wonderful coming together, a wonderful romance, a wonderful get together. We also have Temperance, which is kind of a balanced energy, which once again would be kind of the two together. We also have the Judgment card, which shows that, to me, with the double X here, and looking down and judging things, in a beautiful way. I just really feel like, because we also have the Ten of Cups, which is a wonderful, emotional, beautiful journey here. So I feel like you guys are on a journey this year to harvest a wonderful romantic relationship. You might have to make some decisions, because we do have the Two of Swords, so there might be a decision to go a certain way. Okay, and maybe, I think there might be a blossoming relationship, something that is new and just starting out, and you're not sure if it's right or if it's, a good feeling. But, it's there, it's real. You've definitely got this connection, and it's really cool too, because you have the High Priestess and the Queen of Pentacles. And you notice how with these Pentacles, they're kind of despair, don't have what they need. But then the Queen, she's got it. She's opening up the chest. She's like, see, we've got it all. It's right here. And so I think that that's the energy you're moving toward. We also have the Nine of Pentacles, which, they're harvesting, these wonderful pentacles in the garden that she's grown. And so I feel like, in the love department this year, if you follow your heart, you follow your intuition, with the high priestess, it's interesting too how she has a booklet and she has kind of the light and the dark side and kind of the knowledge here. And then we have the judgment card, which kind of looks down on things. And it's once again, it's that opposite balance, that yin yang type of feeling. And that's why I feel like you guys have a connection, a deep connection this year that I think is just going to keep growing and blossoming if you let it. But I really think that you guys, it's probably already started for most of you. If not, it will be coming up soon. That you have a budding relationship. Now, if you're already in a relationship, because some of you might be, or possibly are, you might be happily married, you might be whatever, I think the relationship can grow even better. Because that's another thing too. If you're in a long-term relationship or you're married or any of those kinds of things, a lot of times it's easy to dwell on the bad and the negative, especially if you're living with somebody day in, day out. The Five of Pentacle cards, showing up twice, that might be something that you guys are like, and the Ten of Swords, you guys might have had some fights, you might have had money issues and other things that you dwell on, and those things are really hard on a relationship. Those things can be really difficult. And if you've been dealing with that, that might be an energy that's really hard. But if you try and you work, if you cultivate, that's where the Nine of Pentacles comes in. If you cultivate the relationship and you move it forward, I think it can blossom into just wonderful things. I think, you would have the Queen of Pentacles, you would have the Ten of Cups. Now Binks is talking to us. Wow, she's got some messages for you guys, I guess. Not exactly sure what's going on there. That's weird. Okay. So yeah, that's just something you guys you have to work at it some. All relationships require working and building and caring, and not just the romantic, oh, we're in love and we'll live happily ever after, everything's great, because that doesn't happen in real life like that. You do have to work at it, and you are going to have some down times, and you are going to have some things that'll influence you, and some things that are worrisome or whatever. Those kind of things happen, but you can work through them. You can, especially if both of you want to. And with your Two of Cups energy and your Lover card energy here, I feel like that is the case. I do feel like this person loves you, you love them, and you want to be in that relationship and you want it to grow. And so just work at it some and work through some of these other issues and problems, and it will go. It can blossom into something wonderful this year, okay? So just keep that in mind. Okay, we also have our charms that we're going to look at, see if we have any other messages or clarifiers. And then we also have our Oracle Sphere, where we'll get an answer to our yes, no question right after we do the charms. All right, so let's see what charms we got going today for you guys. Whew. Interesting. All right, let's look at our letters first. We have a C, an N, and a B. Those might be initials. They might mean something to you specifically when you think of them. Wow. Okay. Okay, we do have a snake, and we do have the crossbones, the skull and crossbones. These energies to me often denote the worrisome aspects, the things you're worried about, some pitfalls, some dangers, those kinds of things. And I think it's a warning to you guys that if you want this relationship to move forward, if you want it to grow, you want it to be something special, you need to work through those dangers and pitfalls. You can't dwell on the Five of Pentacle energies. You can't go there. You've got to move forward. You've got to make it grow in some other way. Okay? That's really important for you guys. We also have some kind of meditation energies here. Going off on your own and thinking about things. We have the Lantern, which often symbolizes to me the Hermit card or the Moon card or some other thing like that where there's intuition. There's also the lone wolf kind of going out on its own. Once again, that's another moon thing. That's the moon card shows emotional. It's your emotions. It's dealing with your emotions. And so since this is a love reading, I do feel like your emotions are going to play a big part this year. And so following your intuition, following your heart, following your emotional needs will help you. We also have the Star Kitty as well. That kind of goes along with that. It's kind of imagining things. It's kind of looking out at the stars, kind of seeing what's out there. I really find it interesting that we have the acorn here, because the acorns grow into wonderful, beautiful, strong oak trees, but we also have 2 of them here. So once again, I feel like this relationship can grow into something very strong, very beautiful, very, very enduring, and very lasting. So I think that that's something that can really, really happen this year with that. You also have the key with kind of the clover here. So you do have the key to your happiness. You do have the key to... it's funny, I almost see it as a key to a boat, which would be traveling, which would be going out on the sea, but for some reason it reminds me of like a steering wheel on a boat. So that's the imagery that came to mind. That might mean something specifically to some of you, so just keep that out in mind. We also have the feather, which is usually just loving messages from spirit, as well as good night. That's that wonderful comforting energy that you can get, like when you go to bed and somebody tucks you in at night and says good night. Like when you were a child, or even if you're in a relationship and you all kind of cuddle together and go to bed and say goodnight to each other, and you have that kind of connection. That's kind of what the energy I'm feeling there. Also with the swan and the comb, I feel like you guys can kind of grow in an energy this year where you turn into something beautiful and the relationship blossoms into something beautiful. Because, swans, you get the ugly duckling turning into a swan kind of thing, and then you have the comb where you're grooming and beautiful and getting beautiful. And I really feel like if you groom the relationship, if you work at the relationship, it can, turn into this beautiful swan. We also have the miracle, which miracle energies to me are things that are unexpected happening, or things that you didn't think were possible could happen, and you might have the energy of you didn't think it would be possible for you guys to feel this way, or for you to have this kind of love, or you to be in this kind of love. And so it's almost like a miracle that these things are happening for you and these things are there. So keep that in mind too, that I really feel like this might feel like a miracle time for you guys. So that's really cool and awesome. I really like that. Okay, we have Oracle spheres, and we have 4 stands that we like to put them on, so you can have a choice of which answer you'd like to have. We have yellow, red, blue, and green, 1, 2, 3, and 4, so you can pick by color or number, where do they look, whatever, and we will get our answers. All right, the number 1 yellow is a very likely. Number 2 red is a yes. Number 3 blue is a no. Number 4 green is a probable. And Binks is watching us very closely right now. Okay, interesting to know. All right, guys, that's the answers we have. We have yellow very likely, 2 yes, 3 no, 4 probable. And guys, I really hope you had some messages that were helpful to you out of this reading. Please give the video a thumbs up. Share this video and the channel with your friends and family. Put it out there on all the different social medias available to you and let them know that we exist. Leave comments in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of future videos. All of those things are free to do and help us out greatly, and we love them very, very, very much. It helps YouTube decide to share our video with other people, and it helps the channel grow. So thank you very much in advance for doing those things for us. If you'd like to donate to the channel, there is a link in the description to PayPal that you can do that with. And we look forward to seeing you in future videos. May the stars guide your path. Bye-bye.